Okay, so today we are going to take next part of number system. Already you have completed up to second exercise, right? So here real number and then decimal expansion we are going to see. You know what are the numbers in the number systems, right? Which are the types of number systems? Yes, you already studied, so you should answer about these questions, right? What type of number systems you have studied? Yes, you all are there now. Yes, whole number, natural numbers, even integers, rational numbers, right? Irrational numbers, all comes under number systems. So now here we are going to study a real numbers and their decimal expansion. Before that, tell me which all number systems are comes under real numbers. Okay, 1, 2, 3, these are what? These are of which type? Natural number, whole number. We can say it as natural number, right? Then zero, 1, 2 and so on. These are whole numbers. Are they a real number? Yes. These are the real numbers? Yes. They are also a real number which are whole number. Then integers were there. Are they a real numbers? Yes. Whatever we are having integers, those are also belonging to real number system. Then rational numbers. Are they from real number? Which are the rational numbers? What is the form of rational number? Yes. What is the form of rational number? You have studied it. It is from 7th standard, right? What are the Yes. It is in the format of P upon Q and P and Q are what? Those are integers, right? And yes, Q should not be equal to 0. If Q is equal to 0, what happens? Yes, if Q is equal to 0, what happens? Suppose if we are taking a number 2 upon 0, does it have any meaning? No. Why? Because with 0 we can't divide any number, right? If you are going for division, what number we should multiply to 0 so that we will cancel the 2. We can't divide it. So it is what? Indefinite, right? So therefore q should not be equal to 0. Then that number is called rational number. Then what is irrational number? Yes, what is irrational number? No one knows. What is irrational number? Yes?
Number is not the form of divided.
Yes, the number which is not in the form of p upon q. Any example of irrational number? Yes? Any example of irrational number?
Root 2.
Yes, root 2. Okay, now these all number systems, whatever we are having, that is rational numbers, natural numbers, whole numbers, integers, and irrational numbers, are comes under real number. We can say that every irrational number is real number, every integer is real number, every whole number is real number, every natural number is real number, every rational number is also a real number. But vice versa is true or false? Every irrational number is real number, but every real number is irrational number. Is it true? No, because it contains other number systems also. If we say every real number is irrational number, it is wrong. So we can say that any number system belongs to real number, but real number system is having all types of numbers. Therefore, we can't say that all real numbers are either rational, irrational, or whole numbers like that. So that is most important while reading questions were asked in competitive exams also, and maybe for this time we are having MCQ pattern question paper. So for that also, as a term test you are having MCQ pattern questions. Okay, so for that we have to prepare small questions also. Now we will go for the next part which we have to study in this chapter. Okay, that is a real number and their decimal expansion. We will go with the examples. We are having some of the rational numbers, right? So we will use that to solve this. With example, we can understand how we can express real numbers in decimal expansion. So it is 10 upon 3. Three numbers are simultaneously we are going to see. 7 upon 8 and 1 upon 7. Now we are going to divide these numbers to find what type of decimal pattern we will get from these rational numbers, or either you can say a fractions, right? So here we are having first one is 10 upon 3. So 10 should be divided by 3. So 3 3s are 9 we can use, right? What remains? 1. Then what we have to do? We have to put decimal point because 1 should not be divided with 3. So when we take a decimal we can take a 0, right? Again same process will be repeated. Again we will divide with 3. 3s are 9 and we will get 10 minus 9 as again 1. So, how many times you will repeat this process, you will get the same remainder, right? So, here whatever values we are having as a quotient, the quotient after the decimal will goes on repeating, right? Does this process end somewhere? Yes. Does this process end somewhere? No, because always when you divide it, you will get a reminder as same, one only. So this process will not get end. So this type of quotient which will goes on repeating with the same value is called non-terminating. Terminating means what? When we get a answer as a zero, reminder as a zero. So it is non-terminating because we are going to get what? Reminder. Again and again we are going to have one reminder here. And this process will not end somewhere. So what we can say, it is non-terminating means we are not getting a reminder as 0 and a repeating because we are having a repetition of these values, right? Again if you go on dividing this, what you will get 3 only, right? So 0.333 and this can be written as in short 3.3 dot, you can say, or bar. A set of numbers were repeating, it will be shown with a bar, but here only one number is there, we will put dot over this number. Now let's see for this one, 7 upon 8. So to divide it, first of all, we are having smaller number, right, as a dividend. So what we have to do? First, at starting point only, we have to take what? Decimal point, right? Yes or no? You all were there or slept? Yes. Then we will get a 0. What we have to multiply with 8? In which number we will get here for a subtraction? To get a lesser value than 8. You know division, right? We can use 8 8 64. What will remain with? 6 0. Again, already decimal point is there, you can take a 0. Now 7 8 right? Yes. So again we will have a reminder as 4. Carrying 1 is 0. Again it is 40. Now 8 5 are 40. So here we'll have reminder as a 0. But we had some decimal values over here, right? So this type of some values were there which are a rational number. After some points, some values, we are going to get a what? 0 as a reminder. Now we'll check for 1 upon 7. Again, here we need what? Point, because 1 cannot be divided by 7. So 10. What we can use? 7 was the 7. We will remain with what? 3. Again, already decimal point is there. You can take it as 30. Then 7 was the 28. Again, after subtraction, what will remain with? 2, right? 2. Yes. Again, we can take a 0. Again, what we have to write here? 7 to the 14, because result is 21, it is more than 20. What will remain with? Again 6. If it is 60, then 7 8 we can use, right? What will remain with? Again 4. Now, how many decimal points we should go so that this will repeat or this will not repeat, that we have to see. Okay, we will see for some more values. We will check here. We are now having 4 means 40. If you take a division with 7, what you will get? 7 5, right? 35. What remains? 5. Again it is 50. Now 7 6 are 7 7 the weekends, right? What will remain? Again 1. Now it is 10. Now after this process, will these numbers repeat? After all these numbers, the same process will get repeat, or does it change? Means we are going to get, yes, it will goes in repetition, because again here 10 means again we are on the first stage where we are having 10, right? So same number we will get, we will call this as block of this set. So we are having one example where numbers will be repeating and remainder is not getting a 0. So what we will call this as a non-terminating repeating decimal. What we call first as non-terminating repeating decimal. And what we can call for the second example, that is 7 upon 8. It is a decimal with what? Terminating decimal, right? Why? We are getting the reminder as 0 here, right? Is it 0 or not? Yes. When we get a reminder as 0 after some values, then that those values are called it as what? Terminating decimal expansion. Now, when we are having this type of values, here also we are not getting any reminder as 0. We are getting no. When we are not getting 0, what we will call for this one? Is it a terminating or non-terminating? Non-terminating. Can we say it as repeating? No, it is not repeating. A set of numbers will get repeat after some time, but it is not like this, right? Okay, so these are the some divisions we have seen. For these divisions, we are having three important points. Those we will see. First is the remainder either becomes 0 after certain stage or start repeating. Means like this. After some stage, we are having a 0 as a remainder, but here we are not getting any reminder as 0, so process will get repeated. That is the first point. The number of entries in the repeating string of reminder is less than the divisor. See here in this. When we go on dividing it, whatever reminder we will get, it is less than the divisor. 1 is less than 3. Is it? Yes, 1 is less than 3 or not? Are you there? Yes. So when we are having the remainder is less than this divisor, that is the one condition. Okay. Then if the remainder repeats, then we get a repeating block. If the remainder repeats. So here remainder is repeating, right? In the first example. So when we get a remainder is repeating, then the answer will be also gets repeated only. That is the third condition. So these are the examples which look like a easier one, but they are important because these are the very important question for 1 mark. Twist with this twisted question will be asked. Okay, so they may ask whether this number is terminating or non-terminating. With the non-terminating, two options are there. One is what? Non-terminating, just non-terminating without repeating decimal. But we won't say it without this. They will just say it is a non-terminating. But for this type, what we can say? Non-terminating, repeating. One word will change your answer. Okay. So likewise, you have to check whether it is non-terminating, repeating, or just a non-terminating. Okay. Now there are two cases we will see that is the remainder becomes a 0 and the remainder never becomes a 0 in this same one. This one. Remainder becomes a 0. Already we have seen three examples in that for which example this condition follows. Yes. When we are going to get a remainder as 0, first example, second example, or third one? Second for 7 upon 8 or 8 upon 7? 7 upon 8. Right? What is the answer for that? 0 point. What we had the answer for this? 0 point? 875. Yes. So after this we are going to have a remainder as 0. So this is the example for remainder becomes a 0. Then case 2 will see. Remainder never becomes a 0. For which example? Which one? First or third? Both. Right. First and third. What is the first one? 10 upon 3. That is, I can write it as 3 point. And the last one, what is that? Yes, 1 by 7. And for this, what is the answer? Point 40.47. 857. Okay. So this dot will repeat again. Don't put arrow, just it is shown with a line. Okay. So you have to remind that whenever the value will get repeat, if one value is there, it will shown by a dot. If a block of set of numbers will get repeated, you will have to add a bar over that. So these values of set for this division, we are going to get a repetition of this number. If you have to show it with dot, then don't show it. If you are removing this, you have to show this, right? Now we'll see examples. Show that 3.142678. is a rational number. In other words, what is meaning of rational number? Yes, P upon Q form you have to show this one. So, in other words, 3.142678 in the form of P upon Q. And it's the easier one, right? How you can show that? We are having this number. One step example it is just 14678. How you can show it in the P upon Q form? Yes. How can you show this in P upon Q form? Just we have to check where is the decimal point. That much zeros we are going to put for one as a division. Then we will having the same number in the form of P upon Q. So how many numbers are there after decimal? 6. So that many zeros will be going to come after 1 and the number will be same. So when such simple examples are there, you have to just remove this decimal point and divide it with those zeros with 1, not only 0, because division with 0 is meaningless, right? So this is the P upon Q form. Is it? Is it or not? Yes. So when it is P upon Q form, it is a rational number. So already you have shown that it is a rational number. Now, if the number is in non-terminating and repeating form, for that type of example we will see. Show that 0.333. The process goes repeating, which we can show it as 0.3. It is quite similar with the first example, only change here is the decimal point. We are having there 3.3. Here we are having 0.333, right? Can be expressed in the P upon Q form. In the form of P upon Q. And it is given in the book. Form P upon Q. Where P and Q are integers that you know. It is a rational numbers definition. And Q is not equal to 0. Now, we are having two examples over here. First one is having a value. After decimal numbers, the values are there, having some end over there. Because dotted points are not given, right? When we extend it with dots, means we are having again numbers over there. But here, we are not having any expansion after this 8. But in the second example, we are having big dotted values, means expanding values after 0.333. Again we are going to get those values in a repeated pattern. So that will be written it as 0.3 dot can be expressed in the form of P upon Q. Now this number we can't show like this because we don't know where it does got end, right? So how many numbers of 0 you can put after 1? We can't add it directly. So for this we are having some process. So we'll use that. Yes, like that. How much? How you had done that? Can you explain? What you have to divide by what? Just by multiplying 10, it is not the way. You have to go stepwise, right? So first of all, you have to consider the given number. What you have to consider? See, We don't know what whether this point 3 dot will get ends. So what we will consider, this number can be expressed in the form of p upon q. Can be expressed, so we have to just call it as x. So we will consider this number as x. So let us consider, answer is correct, but we should know now how it comes. It as x. Now when you consider it as x, what we will do? We will write that what x equal to. X is equal to 0.333 in expansion because we don't know the end. Okay. Now what you said, likewise we can do. We can multiply 10 to x. Why 10 only? Can anybody tell me why 10 only? Why we can't use 100 or 1000? Yes, we are having a decimal point after this one value. We are not having a end of this value, but whatever repeating value is there, just before that we are having a decimal point, and it is in the tens place if we consider this as the first number. So for that purpose we are taking 10. Suppose we are having two numbers repeating 27, and after that we are having a decimal point. At that time you are going to use here as a 100. Okay, so that is the difference. How we can use that 10 or 100 into x is nothing but whatever number we are having. Now just go on putting the values 10 into. Here x is what we have considered it as 0.333. Right? Now this will becomes, when you multiply it with 10, this decimal point goes on next place. So that is nothing but 3.33. Right? Now this value again we will write in the pattern 3.33 is equal to, if I write it as 3 plus x, is it wrong? See, why we can write it as this one, 3 plus x means what? 0.333, right? And that is nothing but x only, na? This number is nothing but x only. So for that reason, this number we are going to write it as 3 plus x. So likewise you have to consider whatever x we are going to consider, that you have to add, and whatever extra part before the decimal point you have to consider it as a separate number. Now we will go for the next step. 10x is equal to, because this is nothing but 10x only, na? So 10x is equal to 3 plus x. Now what we have to do? Shift this x on this side. So it is 10x minus x is equal to 3. 10x minus x how much? 9x is equal to 3. So here again we will get the value of x. Therefore x is equal to 3. 9 is in multiplication, goes in division, and you can cancel that. 3 1s are 3, 3 3s are 9. And likewise you will get x as 1 upon 3. So this number in fraction pattern is like this. Now it is a rational number because we are having p also, q also as an integer, and q should not be equal to 0. Means whatever we are having this format of x for this number is nothing but a rational form of the given number. Got it? Got it or not?
Yes, ma'am.